Hello YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're having a nice day, and I got me latest home movie watches. All on physical media. If you know my channel, it always is. And yeah, they're mainly 4Ks or Blu-rays. The occasional VHS. And yeah, we've got 12. Some are first time watches and some are repeat viewings. So yeah, watch some of these with the wife and some on my own. Let's crack on with it. Stop waffling. Yeah, first one. Silence of the Lambs from 1991. It's a horror crime. It's 1 hour 58 minutes. Stars great Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins, Scott Glenn, Clarice Starling, played by Jodie Foster, an FBI agent trainee, seeks help from Hannibal Lecter, a serial killer, in order to catch a murderer who is called Buffalo Bill, who has been killing, skinning young women. Scott Glenn's fantastic, Anthony Hopkins is fantastic, Jodie Foster, it's just a great film, man. Who hasn't seen Silence of the Lambs? If you've not seen it though, get it watched, because it's just highly recommended by me. It's directed by Jonathan Demme. The 4K, it has got grain in it, especially like sky scenes and stuff like that. It looks the best I've ever seen it, but it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen on 4K, gotta be honest. But it still looks great. The best I've ever seen it. Great film, man. Silence of the Lambs. Me and the wife both enjoyed that one after not seeing it for 6 or 7 years, maybe more, really is. So we thought, tell you what, we'll go with a sequel. And this is an 18, it's from 2001, so it's a few years after. It's a 2 hours and 11 minutes. Basic plot, living in exile, Dr. Hannibal Lecter tries to reconnect with now disgraced FBI agent Clarice Starling, this time played by Julianne Moore, not Jodie Foster, and finds himself a target of revenge for a powerful victim. Directed by Ridley Scott. Yeah, it's got a great cast. Anthony Hopkins, Julianne Moore, Gary Oldman is unrecognisable, still fantastic. Music by the great Hans Zimmer. Great sequel, this one is really, me and the wife really enjoyed this one, you know what I mean? The only thing I dislike about it, which is minor really, is Julianne Moore as Clarice Starling. Imagine Jodie Foster in this, man. It'd be fantastic. Just elevated that much more. Nothing against Julianne Moore, she does a great job, but imagine Jodie Foster as Clarice Starling. That would have been tops. So we followed it up with the prequel, Red Dragon. It's a 15, 2002, a year after that one. 2 hours and 4 minutes. Basic plot. A retired FBI agent with psychological gifts is assigned to track down the Tooth Fairy, also known as Red Dragon. A mysterious serial killer aiding him is the imprisoned Dr. Lecter. Directed by Brett Ratner. Stars Anthony Hopkins, great Edward Norton, great Ralph Fiennes, great cast. Score Danny Elfman. Yeah, the only thing I criticise this about it as well is it's supposed to be a prequel, so Anthony Hopkins is supposed to look younger, but he looks older than he did in Silence of the Lambs. It's a bit weird. It's not as good as Red Dragon. It's definitely not as good as Silence of the Lambs, but it's still decent, you know what I mean? Ralph Fiennes is good. Great cast, great music. You know what I mean? Red Dragon, decent. Been watching a couple of Michael Caine films, because I might do my top 10 Michael Caine films. So I watched this Crime Caper, British Crime Caper. From 1966, it's a Universal, it's 1 hour 45 minutes. In Victorian England, a fortune now depends on which brother outlives each other. Yeah, so they've got to outlive each other to get this money, these two brothers, and it's Ralph Richardson's the one brother, John Mills is the other brother. This pact was done 20, 30 years ago when they were young kids, and it's matured in the bank, and now it's £250,000, so whoever lives the longest gets it. And he's got two sons, Dudley Moore, Peter Cook, who does villains of the piece. And yeah, it's a bit of a screwball comedy. Michael Caine's, I think he's adopted or fostered by John Mills, one of the surviving sons. Yeah, Annette Newman's great in this, man. Well, let me just read this cast out. John Mills, Ralph Richardson, Michael Caine, Peter Cook, Dudley Moore, Annette Newman's fantastic, man. Tony Hancock, Peter Sellers as the doctor in this is just hilarious. He's only in it for 5 minutes. Easily, probably less, I don't even know, but it's bloody hilarious, as usual. Peter Sellers is. Stills a show in some parts, but Michael Caine's fantastic in this. The Wrong Box, yeah, good to stick on a Sunday afternoon. That another Michael Caine film here. Brian De Palma's classic, man, Dressed to Kill, erotic horror, 1980, 1 hour 44 minutes. A mysterious blonde woman kills one of the psychotherapist's patients and then goes after a high-class call girl who has witnessed the murder. Directed by the great Brian De Palma. Stars Michael Caine, Angie Dickinson, Nancy Allen. Music by Pino Diageo. Just a great film, man. Angie Dickinson, the first half of the film is fantastic. Nancy Allen, the last half of the film is bloody awesome. Michael Caine plays a different part, if you know what I mean. If you've not seen it, I won't tell you, but Dress to Kill's fantastic, man. Yeah, just love Dress to Kill. Bloody awesome. Let's go with the other Michael Caine one here. Let's drop my bloody notes while I'm here. This was, I'd never even heard of this until this year, gotta be honest. The Island from 1980. God knows where this has been all my life. I bloody loved it. It's absolutely fantastic. It's an 1980. It's a horror adventure. They put horror adventure, and I wouldn't categorize. It's hard to categorize. This is probably one of the most batshit crazy films I've seen this year. It's just bonkers. It is bonkers, but bloody so entertaining and fantastic. It really is. It's 1 hour 49 minutes. Basic plot here, sort of. Journalist Blair Maynard, Michael Caine, takes his son Justin to investigate pirate activity on the Florida coast. A plane crash, which they're in, crashes on an island of modern-day buccaneers, who brainwash Justin, his son, brainwash him, trying to make him into this buccaneer gang by putting matchsticks in his eyes. It just gets weirder. Michael Caine's been put with this, he's captured and put with this, they call her the whore, and they want him to have kids with her, because they're all inbred. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Michael Ritchie directs it. It's a Peter Benchley novel. Jaws, obviously, in the deep. Cast Michael Caine and the great David Warner as the Buccaneer leader. Just fantastic, David Warner. Love David Warner, man. And the music is by the maestro Ennio Morricone. I know, one of my favourites, and I haven't even got the score by it. It's a bloody fantastic film. So entertaining. The Island. This is a treasured film edition with the poster there. And yeah, The Island. Absolutely love that. What a film that was. Watch that on my own. I think the wife would have hated it. You know what I mean? Watch this one with the wife, actually. This one's an 18. It's 2007. It's an action thriller, revenge. It's 1 hour 45 minutes. With his perfect life, Nick Hume, Kevin Bacon, until one night he witnesses something that changes his life forever, transforming him with grief. Hume's conclusion is that no length is too great to protect his family. It's like a revenge, thriller, action, you know what I mean? Decent, got some good horrific parts in it as well. Good kills in this one, you know what I mean? Was it? Yeah, really is. Is it an 18? Yeah, it's an 18, yeah. Stars Kevin Bacon, John Goodman's in it, Kelly Preston, music by Charlie Closer. Yeah, good film this one is. Me and the wife like this one. Death Sentence, like that one. This one, oh, brand new film now. 2024, it's an 18, it's a horror mystery. It's 1 hour 29 minutes. It's directed by Michael Mahan. Cast is Sydney Sweeney, which is the only thing I've ever seen her in, to be honest. She did quite good in this. Alvaro Morte. Music by Will Bates. Basic plot, yeah, it's about Cecilia, a woman. What's her name? Sydney Sweeney. Is a devout woman of devout faith, is welcomed to the picturesque, perfect Italian countryside where she offered a new role as a convent nun, but it becomes clear that Cecilia and her new home harbours dark secrets, and it's like weird shit going down in this, man. It really is, you know what I mean? It reminded me a bit of The First Omen, a bit of Pray for the Devil, a bit of The Nun and Nun Part 2, that sort of thing, really. And yeah, got some good horrific parts in this. Really enjoyed this, and that's Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, really pulled it off with this one. Yeah, enjoyed Immaculate, really did, and the wife did. Yeah, really did. This one, not so much. It's been in the collection about 2 years. I was on about Peter Benchley, Jaws, the Island was fantastic, so I thought, let's give this a go. You know what I mean? It's been on the bloody shelves for years. The Deep. It's from 1977. What a year for film. It's a 15. It's 2 hours and 3 minutes. It's directed by Peter Yates. It's the Peter Benchley novel based on, who did Jaws and the Island, obviously. Stars Nick Nolte, great cast. Nick Nolte, Jacqueline Bisset, it looks beautiful. Robert Shaw, music by the great John Barry. Oh, just didn't work for me. It really didn't. It was lacking in something. I thought it was going to be more than it was, almost. More exciting, more adventure, a bit more sci-fi about it. But I was wrong. In Bermuda, two amateur treasure hunters, divers, have a run-in with the local criminals when they discover the secret cargo of a World War II shipwreck. The underwater scenes are quite good. You know, the deep sea diving. Robert Shaw's good. Nick Nolte's good. Jacqueline Bisset's good. You know what I mean? But the opera story I wasn't really keen on. I've got to be honest. The subject matter was like, oh, they're going to get the gold. I wasn't really in it. just lacked something for me, just lacked a bit of oomph, you know what I mean? Yeah, The Deep, it was alright. I'm keeping it in the collection, might revisit it one day. Great family film, one of the great early Disney films here from the early 80s, really is. It's just fantastic, man. Stick on Sunday afternoon, The Fox and the Hound from 1981. It's 1 hour 23 minutes. Kurt Russell stars, Mickey Rooney, Pearl Bailey, directors Ted Berman and Richard Rich, music by Richard O. Johnson and Jim Stafford. Basic plots: and a fox named Todd and a hound named Cooper vow to be friends forever, but as Cooper grows into a hunting dog, their unlikely friendship faces the ultimate test. And it's just a great tale of friendship, and you know what I mean, being young and being friends with someone, and then they grow older and they do the different things, and oh, it's just a great tale, man, you know what I mean? Great characters. Who doesn't like Fox and the Hound, man? Just fancied watching it, to be honest, on a Sunday afternoon, I think, or Saturday, was it, with the wife? Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. What can you say about it? You can't slag it off, man. It's early classic Disney, you know what I mean? Great, another Michael Caine film here from 1975. It's a PG, it's 2 hours and 9 minutes. Directed by John Huston. Stars the great Sean Connery, Michael Caine, Christopher Plummer. The score from Maurice Jarre. Just a great film, man, this is. Great bonding. You know what I mean? Great camaraderie. Like Sean Connery and Michael Caine get on great. Bouncing off each other almost. Basic plot. In India, 1880s, two former British soldiers, Michael Caine, Sean Connery, decide to set themselves up as kings in Kazakhstan, a land where nowhere white man has stood since Alexander the Great. Great adventure, you know what I mean? Yeah, it goes through. Sean Connery gets to be king, and he's like, doesn't really like him being king, and he makes a wrong decision. I won't ruin it, but he makes a wrong decision, and the shit goes down, and they have to get out of the place, and just a great film, man. Man Who Would Be King. Really enjoyed that one. Not seen that one for bloody donkey's years. Now this one. Whoa. Big fan of Passion of the Christ and Hacksaw Ridge. Great films, man, really are. And then I've had this on the shelves for, God, 2 years, maybe more, I don't know. Put this on, man. Am I going to like it? Subtitles, you know what I mean, foreign. Apocalypto. Oh my God. What a film this is, man. It's epic. I was glued. From start to finish, full on action. It's great performances. Mel Gibson directs this like you've never seen in your life. It's bloody awesome. It's fantastic. It's 2006. It's an action adventure. 2 hours and 18 minutes. As a young Mayan kingdom faces its decline, a young man is taken on a perilous journey to a world ruled by fear and oppression. Oh, what a tale this is, man. Great film. Directed by the great Mel Gibson. Cast, if I can pronounce these, Gerardo Tracasina, Raul Max Trudlia, Dalia Hernandez, or some hard to pronounce, sorry pronunciations on some of these names, but the acting's first class. It really is. It's bloody phenomenal. Music by the great composer James Horner. What a story this is. Mel Gibson, man. What a director. Apocalypto. What an epic that was. From start to finish. I was glued to it. It really was. And the ending. It's so bleak as well, the film is. It really is. What he has to go through, the main protagonist, is bloody... Jesus Christ. Goes from bad to worse. Bad. And I won't ruin it, but the ending, yeah... It's just a fantastic film. You've not seen Apocalypto. It's fantastic. Cheers for watching anyway. There's my 12 latest home movie watches, all on physical media. Mainly 4Ks and Blu-rays. You know I'm a big fan of them. And yeah, cheers for watching. Cheers.